So in this tutorial, we'll be adding shoot projectiles that will look something like this. So let's get started. So this is where we left last time. So today we are going to add shoot projectiles to our squad members who are shooting from behind. Right now they're not able to damage anything. So let's get started. I have already made a shoot projectile prefab. This is how it looks. And you can make anything, like I've added only 2 spare meshes and a particle system. You can make it yourself as well. So what I'm going to do is I'll select our mage prefab and basically our mage character, and we have an animator on it. And I can duplicate this animator and I can call it a range character anim. So now what I have to do is I'll select these two, the Mage and Roach, and then I can select range character anim for that. And instead of using the melee attack, I'm going to select our ranged attack animation. I'll also rename this. So now you'll see we have ranged attack animation playing for our ranged character anim. Now if I'll select any one of these characters, you can see the animation for the ranged attack now. Right now I have just kept it a simple animation, but we can add an event as soon as we want the shooting to trigger. I'm going to add an animation event there, and then what I'm going to do is I'll have to add a new script here. I'll name it ranged attack, and let's add a new script. Tag script. I'm going to make a serialized field for our shoot projectile. It's going to be of type transform. Let's name it shoot projectile like this, and then let's make a new function void shoot. This function will be triggered from our animation event, so let's also make it public. Okay, now for the shoot part, what I'm going to do is I'll add the shoot. I'll instantiate our shoot projectile whenever the shoot is called. Adding the instantiation part, I'll also add a new mono behavior script. I'm going to name it bullet. This bullet script will be on our shoot projectile. So I'll select our shoot projectile prefab, I'll add the bullet script, and then I'll just override it and apply all, so it applies to the prefab actually. Now in the bullet script, I'll open that script as well. First of all, here in the range attack script, I'll make it of type bullet, the shoot projectile, and when we are instantiating, then we can simply say bullet, let's say B, bullet B equals to instantiate shoot projectile. Now I will add a target here. I'll take a target, like which object we are trying to attack right now. We want to specify that, so let's say transform T, transform target, and let's also make it public so I can get this target from the ranged attack script. So here I can simply say b.target equals to, actually we should reference our player controller because that's the script that holds our target. Yeah, it's a serialized field, so I'll just reference it in a moment. And I can do player controller dot target point 0. So we'll get a target script. I'm going to do is I'm going to look towards the target, so I'll say transform dot lookat, and here the lookat object will be obviously our target. Now that is done, and in fixed update I can simply move forward. Let's do transform dot translate, transform dot forward multiplied by some speed time dot delta time. I'll also give this bullet a range, like it should only move to a certain range, and after that it should destroy. Like if the target moves really far, I don't want it to keep moving towards that location. So what I'm gonna do is I have created a float range. By default, I'll give it a certain range like 5f. Over here, actually we should also save our start position. It shouldn't be serialized. Let's make a private vector3 start position, and our start position will be equal to our transform dot position. So before we start moving our object, we are going to save this position, and now we can simply do vector3 dot distance, and we can take our current position from our transform, and then we can take our start position, and if the difference of this is greater than our range, in that case I want to destroy this dot game object. Also, what I'm going to do is I'll create on trigger enter, and I'm going to destroy it again if on trigger enter if we collide with our target, and in our case target can be of tag, let's select our crate. Our crates have a target tag, so we can simply compare if collision dot transform dot compare tag target, Then I again want to destroy this object, and then let's go to our bullet, which is a shoot projectile object. Okay, it has a range. Let's also give it a rigid body so it can detect crates. As you can see, our crates don't have a rigid body right now. I'm going to use, and I'm not going to use gravity, and I'll make it as kinematics, and then again I'll override and apply all. Okay, now that is done. Our next step would be to select our mage and specify this bullet object. I have it in our prefab folder here, so I'll give our bullet object, and then our player controller, which is actually the parent object. This object here will be our player controller, the main parent, and then I of course want to call it on an event. Like we created an animation event for our ranged attack. You can see here. So I'm going to do ranged attack method and shoot. So this should shoot our prefabs now, our bullets. Also, it won't damage the crates right now because we want to add a tag here, which will be player weapon for our shoot projectiles. So we are instantiating our bullets. Now I'm giving a position and a rotation there. For position, I'm doing transform.position plus transform.forward into 1f. So it instantiates a little front of the player. And for rotation, I'm doing Cartesian.identity. Translate, we were having transform.forward here, but instead we could simply add the value to the axis in which we wanted to move our bullets. So now you can see it's working, even if I'll try it from this side. Yeah. Also here, let's just add if target not equals to null, just in case. And here as well, I'll check if player controller dot target points dot count is greater than 0. Only then I want to instantiate our bullets. Okay. So now when the crate will also get destroyed, and then also sometimes the shoot functions get called through animation, then it shouldn't give any issue. Like we can see now. Yeah, so no errors. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. Thank you.